Instinct took over, and she dashed inside into a noxious white mist that burned her eyes. An took it to be some sort of fire suppressant at first, doubting that assessment as quickly as she'd formed it. Then she heard a baby crying. The noxious odor grew thicker the deeper into Laboratory Z she ventured. Intensified the more she drew into a white, dewy mist that felt hot and cold at the same time. Sparks flared, illuminating the semblance of a path for her. Cries and screams sounded, seeming to come from beyond a wall of super-thick glass that was fracturing into a spiderweb pattern even as she neared it. She caught glimpses of motion beyond that glass where the mist thickened the air to a soup-like consistency that formed a curtain over the world beyond. An sucked in mouthfuls of the stench-riddled mist, expecting it to be like smoke when it turned out to be nothing but stained air. The sustained cries drove her deeper inside whatever the mist contained. Following the line of fracturing glass when the thick blanket finally stole her vision, tracing it to the sound of the baby. The swirling clouds of energy, electromagnetic radiation, left what felt like alternating pockets of searing heat and biting cold. Rafe knew these were illusions, coping mechanisms of the body to manage the effects of cross-dimensional travel on the metabolism. He knew this journey was effectively unfolding between beats of his heart and ticks of a clock. Knew that he had the sense he couldn't breathe because the moment was captured between breaths. That explained why the baby wasn't crying anymore, and when he heard that sound again, he'd know he'd reached the other side. Unless he never reached the other side. Unless there was no other side. Unless the other side had already been destroyed by whatever had preceded him across the space bridge. Rafe had become one with the emptiness around him and feared this would be his eternity if the space bridge's hold on the other side was lost. Retracing his steps would do no more than spin the void around him. He felt the infant pressed against him, thought he detected the slightest shadow of breath, of warmth, enough to remind him of his mission and purpose. Rafe felt he was dancing through blips of nothingness, where there was no sound, no light, no feeling, the world reduced to an airless vacuum. He schooled himself to hold his breath, aware the baby could hardly do the same, and was suddenly left gasping, which meant what?